Welcome to Connection Group. We're in week 4 of our series, Under Pressure. In just a moment, we're going to talk about the message we heard on Sunday. But first, let's start with a couple of opening questions. This would also be a great time to have someone log into your group page and enter your group's attendance. So when you see the questions on the screen, press pause, answer them in your group, and then press play when you're ready to move on. On Sunday, we talked about the pressure that comes from parenting. But before we talk about parenting, let's talk about our childhoods. Yay! It's gonna be fun. Some questions are gonna come up on the screen. Press pause when you see them and answer as a group, and then press play when you're ready to move on. Parenting is hard, isn't it? On Sunday, Jason mentioned that as parents, we have to constantly be asking ourselves, how do we find a good balance? How can we give our kids experiences, but at the same time not rob them of the key relationships that they need in life? First, Jason talked about how important influence is when it comes to our relationships with our kids. Ephesians 6:4 says, "Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." That verse is for moms too, by the way. Don't exasperate your children. In other words, don't alienate your children. Stay in tune with them so that you never lose influence. Because controlling a 2-year-old works fine, but trying to control a 15-year-old in the same way is just a really bad idea. So don't lose influence. The second thing we talked about was their relationship with God. Is God a priority in your home from Monday to Saturday? Because even though we love teaching your children and community kids, bringing them for an hour on Sunday morning is just not enough. Ask yourself some of these questions. Is God's Word being read and discussed at your house? Do your kids see you taking steps to grow in your relationship with God? Is building a community with other Christ followers in small groups a priority to you? Basically, we need to be just as planned and intentional about our children's relationship with God as we are about sports clubs and vacations. The third area we talked about is huge. Proverbs 13:20 says, "He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." Okay, we all know this. This isn't simply about keeping them away from the mean kid next door. This is about asking God, who are the people that I need to be a positive influence to my kids? Not just peers, but other adults. That is the one thing I love about this church. I love that through community kids and in student ministry, my kids are plugged in with adults who love them. Every week, men and women partner with me and my husband. They pour themselves into my kids and influence them. That is huge. It's not just about how do you keep the bad people away, but how can you intentionally bring other people into the life of your kids, especially that other adult who cares for them. So those are the 3 big areas that we are asking ourselves about our kids. What am I doing to enhance my relationship with my children? Making sure that their life isn't just about what I give them or where I take them. What am I doing to build their relationship with God? And what am I doing to add a positive relational influence outside my home? Some more questions are going to come up on your screen. Take some time to answer them in your groups. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.